Hey everyone, it's Chris from the Bronx Children's Museum. Did you know that the Bronx is bursting with art and music everywhere you look? You can find amazing art all around, and it's being made by people just like you and just like me. Paintings, sculpture, graffiti, collage, music. If you can imagine it, it's being created right here in the Bronx. Come along with me today, and together we'll learn more about all this amazing art and some awesome artists. Hey everyone, it's Chris from the Bronx Children's Museum. Today we're going to learn about a painter, children's book illustrator, and an exhibit designer from right here in the Bronx, Charles George Esperanza, also known as CG Esperanza. Charles is a part of the Bronx Children's Museum's Art Builds Community Collection, which explores and celebrates the work of local Bronx-based artists. Charles is the author of Red, Yellow, Blue, and a dash of white too, and his upcoming book, Boogie Boogie Y'all. He draws his inspiration from the amazing people and places around the Bronx. Today we're going to look around his studio, hear a bit about his painting process, and learn more about the work he'll be doing with the museum. After, I'm going to guide all of you through a fun drawing project inspired by the way Charles comes up with some of his paintings. I'll see you all in a bit.
Oh, hello there. Hey, my name is CG Esperanza, also known as Shalaranza, and I am from a whimsical, magical place that you might have heard of. It's called the Bronx. Now, I love the Bronx, and everything about the Bronx inspires me, from the bodegas to the cats you see walking on the street every day, to even the graffiti that's on the walls. Many people don't notice it, but I love it, and I love to stare at it, and it inspires my artwork all the time. Now, I think everyone from the Bronx should be very inspired by the place you come from, and you should use everything you see to inspire you to make your artwork. If you put yourself in your artwork and you show your community, that is doing a great thing for your family, for your friends, everyone, to be able to see a representation of you in the art and the books and everything that you do, that you show the world. And that's what I try to do when I create my books. So, when I create a painting for my books, the first thing I start off with is a wooden board, and it has gesso on it to make it nice and fresh and white so that I can add all of the colors to it. After that, I draw on top of it, and then I add all of the paint that needs to go on. And then eventually, it ends up like this, as you can see here. This painting is basically the depiction of a Bronx block party. So in a Bronx block party, you have the DJ, of course, playing all the hip hop music and everything that everybody wants to hear, gets everybody dancing. We also have the bomba player to get the traditional Puerto Rican Bronx music going. Then we have freestyle dancers, which freestyle dancers are very traditional New York City, especially in the Bronx. We have the bouncy houses, we have the Piragua man. This painting right here, which is from my book Red, Yellow, Blue, and a Dash of White too, and this is the elephant Elabuya, and this is a really messy painting. It has colors all thrown around it. I like to take 3 keywords and I like to put them all together in a painting. So in this painting, my 3 keywords are ballet, because I love ballet, astronauts, because I love astronauts and NASA and outer space, and frog. As you can see, there's a dancing ballerina frog right there in the middle. So those three keywords together, which don't seem like they would usually go together, but I put them together in this one painting, and this is what came out. And this painting right here, this is a painting I made when I found out that Stan Lee, who is also from the Bronx, an artist from the Bronx, he was inspired by Malcolm X and Martin Luther King when he created the X-Men comic book. And so I made these two superheroes, Malcolm Vex and Martin Super King. And in this painting, they're coming together because in real life, Martin Luther King and Malcolm X had a lot of different ideas of how you should protest and how you should go about gaining your civil rights. But in the end, they both learned from each other and they came together to fight for the same cause, which is a very strong message in what I wanted to convey in this painting. I was given the amazing opportunity to work with one of my favorite museums in the world, the Bronx Children's Museum, to create a mini version of the Bronx, where I was born and raised and still live and work every day. This mini version of the Bronx will be inside of the Bronx Children's Museum. And this will not only be a fun place to just hang out with your friends, your parents, your brothers and sisters, your cousins, but also it'll be a place where you can actually learn more about the Bronx and learn how awesome it is. You'll also get to see things in this mini version of the Bronx that you'll see every day walking to school or to your grandma's house. This will be the bodegas, the restaurants, and also the little houses that you see with gardens in front of them called casitas. Now these casitas are smaller than the usual houses that you might see every day, but these casitas have a special purpose. They are a little place for the community to come together to play plena music and bomba music and have big feasts and celebrate birthdays and all different types of holidays. And the garden supplies the entire community with the vegetables and fruits that they need. And we are so excited to be able to share this mini Bronx environment with everyone that comes, and I'm super excited as well. Well, thank you so much for joining me. Chris, take it away.
Thanks for the tour, Charles. It's really exciting to see what you're going to do with the museum. Wasn't it exciting seeing how Charles came up with the ideas for his paintings? Even a simple idea can inspire complicated and complex creation. So what inspires you? What's your favorite season? What songs make you want to dance? What jokes make you laugh, and whose faces make you smile? By using the things you love as the basis for your work, you can create powerful and personal art. So today we're going to do just that. We're going to create an illustration using things that interest and inspire us, with the materials you can find around your house, like markers and crayons. But how do we decide what we're going to draw? Let's do what Charles does. Let's think of 3 things that inspire us. They can be whatever you like. I'm going to pick squids, baseball, and robots, because I think all 3 of those things are pretty cool. So let's get started and see what we can come up with. So when you begin drawing, there's a lot of things in your mind you have to organize. A great way to organize all these thoughts and ideas is to use the 5 W's. The 5 W's stand for who, what, when, where, and why. While you're drawing, ask yourself these questions. It'll make it easier to express your ideas. I'll show you what I mean using my drawing as an example. Let's start with who. Who am I drawing in this picture? That's simple. I'm drawing a robot squid playing baseball. It's important to know exactly what you're drawing so you can pick the best shapes to draw them well. You see, when you're drawing, you want to break things down into their basic shapes. A shape is any line or group of lines that come together to create a closed area. like a square or a triangle or a circle. Even this heart shape here is considered a shape. Using and combining different shapes is key to good drawing. For example, this squid has a long pointy head. A good shape to use for that is a triangle. I also know that squids have 2 arms and 8 tentacles. I can use long stringy shapes to build those out. Whenever you're trying to draw something that seems a little too complex, ask yourself, what basic shapes do I see in it? That'll make your job way easier. Let's move on to our second W, what? So what is happening in our drawing? Obviously our robot squid is playing baseball, but let's get more specific. I imagine this robot squid having just hit a home run, so they're celebrating. You can tell they're celebrating because they're waving their glove and bat in the air victoriously. Let's add a few of the robot squid's friends in the background, cheering him on. You can tell they're in the background for a couple of reasons, one of them being the lines I'm using to draw them. Lines are the paths drawn between 2 points on your paper. There's a couple of ways to describe a line, like how dark it is, how thick or thin it is, or if it's curved or straight. All these different types of lines can help you draw things and create different effects in your drawing. For example, I wanted to make the little robots in the background seem far away. The lines I used for them are much thinner and lighter than the lines I use for my awesome robot squid. This can also be said about those fluffy clouds I put in the background and that tree line I just drew in. Very thin lines and very light lines so that they fade into the background and you focus on my robot squid. Now let's add some color and talk about our fourth W, when. So I imagine this drawing taking place on a nice summer afternoon while it's still bright and light out. This may not seem super important, but it'll change the colors I choose when I'm adding color to my robot squid, this grass, the trees, and the sky. How light or dark a color is called its value. By changing how light or dark values are in your drawing, you can change a lot of things about it, including the time of day. Now that we figured out when this drawing takes place, let's move on to our fourth W, where. Now, where do you think our robot squid is? I think the drawing should take place where people play baseball, and that's obviously a baseball field. Obviously, baseball fields have a few specific things about them. I think the most important thing is that they have nice green grass. I also drew our robot squid friend sitting on a pitcher's mound. The pitcher's mound is that round pile of dirt where the pitcher throws the ball at whoever's at bat. Most baseball fields have one. But why is our robot squid friend playing baseball, and why are his robot friends cheering him on? That brings us to our last W, why. Figuring out why a drawing is happening can help you come up with a title too. After a few minutes, I came up with a great idea for why this is happening. Our robot squid friend was sent to camp for the summer, and his favorite sport is baseball. Here he is, just coming off a great hit with all his friends cheering him on. I think I want to title this drawing, Best Day of Summer Camp. What title will you give your drawing? My drawing may seem a little bit more detailed, or complicated, or advanced than yours, and that's alright. I've been drawing every day since I was a little kid, just like you. Now that I'm a grown-up, I still practice drawing and painting all the time. Here's some art from some students who have worked with the museum before. Check out all this talent. They're already on their way to being astounding artists, just like you and just like me. I hope you had a lot of fun drawing with me today and learning about Charles George Esperanza. When you make art, you always include a part of yourself in it, even if it's not on purpose. It's the small things like the colors you choose or how large you draw things, and eventually it's the topics you choose to make art about. That's why every piece of art you make is unique to you. No one else in the entire world could have made it. When you're done with your 3-subject illustration, make sure to share them with us online. I can't wait to see them all. I'll see you all soon. Bye.